shit. We're dads.
Alrighty, and welcome to Oh Shit, We're Dads. Today we have two very special guests, Jarrod and Haley Long, two great friends, two of my best friends at another one of my best friends' house. So this is super exciting for me. I'm going to be very involved in the podcast today because Sierra doesn't think I can do it without her.
You gotta relax, dude. You really. it's gonna be okay. We're just friends hanging out. We're talking.
We're just bullshitting, basically.
No, exactly. You need to settle.
Okay, well, I texted Sierra and she's like, "Yeah, maybe like you guys like wait to do this one, until I'm there." And I'm like, "Oh, you really want to interview them?" She's like, "Yeah, but I don't know if you can do it." And I'm like, "How about you listen to the first 3 episodes of this puppy? I got this thing started. I was rolling, and then I started every podcast. I would be on dad duty. So like I had Denver, and for a lot, like I would also take Cortland.
Yeah.
And so I'm scrambling around, and she's like, "Well, you haven't been asking a lot of questions and really doing the interviews." It's like, well, because I'm on full dad duty. So now Sierra is shooting a wedding. Lexi is downstairs watching the other children. And now I'm up here, and I'm full podcast mode. I'm ready to ask some hard-hitting questions. So I'm ready.
Yeah, I mean, are you sure? You've said you're ready like 4 times now.
I am ready. This is the first podcast I've been nervous for.
I don't.
I'm so nervous because
that.
Sierra is doubting me. So like I'm my phone cell is dying laughing at me right now.
She's like, dude, I can feel your nervous energy. Like, settle down.
I know. I definitely need to settle down. Yes. So this is Sella Joy, and she is absolutely stunning. Definitely one of Denver's BFFs. So you guys want to, give a little hindsight on Sella, how old she is, and just, go in on that first to start.
She's almost 11 months old now, almost a year.
Wow.
I know. I can't believe it. It's gone by so fast. She's all over the place. She's teething right now, so she's very ornery sometimes. No, but she's such a happy baby. She's so calm. She's really into books right now, if you can't tell.
Yeah, she's double booking right now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, she is loving that. How'd you guys come up with the name Sella Joy? I didn't know her middle name was Joy. That's.
Oh, that part's easy. That's easy. The Joy is from, I have 4 sisters. So my youngest sister, her middle name's Joy. So we just picked that up.
Okay.
But initially, we were going to have a son. His name was going to be Silas.
Oh, okay.
So then they're like, "Nah, you're having a girl."
You said,
like,
wait, were you just like, no, we're having a son.
Yeah.
you just speak things
Hey, sorry,
into
you're wrong.
existence. Yeah, you
So
have to speak into
they didn't
existence.
tell you like, oh, it's a boy. Whoops, no, it's actually a girl. No, you were just like,
Yeah.
it's gonna be a son.
Yeah, Haley was more along the lines of being a boy mom.
I
I
always
didn't
felt
care.
like I would be a better boy mom than a girl mom, right? Like I don't know why. Like, and I was very girly growing up and everything. So.
And listen, we found out the way we found out what the gender of our child. We were on our way to New Orleans.
Represent.
Yeah, right. And then she got the email and she was like, "Do you want to find out now or do you want to wait till we get there?" I was like, "No, screw it. We still got a couple hours on the road."
Did your heart start racing?
Yeah, a little bit. I was a
Yeah.
little bit like, "Oh, okay, this is gonna tell all
That's
like,
forever.
how I need to prepare
Yeah.
myself for this thing." And she did the whole thing, and it was like, "Oh, it's a girl." She bust out in tears. She
my
was
God.
so sad. I was
Really?
just like,
It
she
was
wasn't
so
sad.
bad.
It was just, I guess it was like you
Utter
can explain
shock.
yeah.
Like utter shock. We did the blood test, right? So like we did the genetic testing and everything first, and everything came back clear. We were so happy. And then I was like, okay, do we really want to find out? Because like we didn't know if we wanted to do a gender reveal or anything. But we knew we wanted to keep it small and intimate. So we just did it in the car, whatever. Saw it, and I was like, no way. Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah.
I was like, no.
This is a very inappropriate podcast. I've been banned on multiple
The
platforms.
title is "Oh Shit, We're Dads."
Okay, yeah.
No, that's kind of how we did it with Cooper though. Like when we were having Cooper, it was like we just want to know, like just like as soon as you get the results, like let's just figure it out. Like it was.
I don't know how people wait till birth.
Yeah, I could not.
That's-
Oh my god.
Like, how do
It's
you
your
shop?
third or fourth
Yeah,
baby,
maybe.
right?
It still would be hard.
Yeah,
I
you got to
could not
shop
wait.
for the kid.
I can't
Yeah.
wait. I
But
cannot
if
wait.
it's your third and you already had a boy and a girl, then you have both set ready,
yeah,
right?
then you would be good.
Yeah,
So
I
maybe
reckon.
third if I already had, like if our next is a boy and we have another after that, then I think I could wait. I think I could do it. It'd just be very difficult.
No, I'm too impatient. I'll be like, just tell me right now. Like when we with Cortland, we did like the whole gender reveal party. You know, with what did we do? Like a balloon or something? No, we did like a what are they called? Like a flare. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Like a smoke bomb. So then like we lit it and it was blue. We're like, oh.
Are you gonna? You can't leave out the main part of the story.
What was the main part?
The main part of this story. What happened after the gender reveal?
Oh, I proposed to my wife.
He said, "What was the main part?"
That's I felt like the main part was
talking
the
about the
gender
pizza
reveal.
after?
Yeah, the pizza
was
was
amazing.
The pizza was excellent. It was a good gender
So
reveal.
yeah, I
party.
also
It was
proposed. And it was,
I don't know. It's funny because like obviously I knew I was gonna marry Lexi, but we had been together for so long that I
Yeah.
was just like it doesn't even feel like I don't know. I feel like no difference between other than legally speaking. There's no difference between like before we were married and now that we're married. I don't even wear my
you could
ring
just
most
never
of the time.
sing in a church group.
I never wear my ring. I can't find the thing most of the time, honestly. So it's like, but yeah, I don't know. I felt like the main event there was the gender reveal, but like we did the whole gender reveal thing for Cortland, and then I feel like now we're just literally gonna be like, tell me right now, like you tell me right now.
Yeah.
I have to wait 2 weeks for you to do the blood test. Like, why is it taking you so long?
So Haley, how long did it take you to like accept like, okay, I'm having a girl, like I'm not a boy mom?
Honestly, I don't know. I feel like maybe like that trip, I think, because we went up there for like our our baby moon or whatever, right? And we found out that we were pregnant like really early on. We were only maybe 3 weeks at most. So it wasn't, and then we had the blood test at like 10 weeks. And then maybe by the end of that trip, I was like, oh shit, I am a girl mom. Like,
Oh, wow.
Yeah, because we got like little hats made and like went and got onesies and like took some
Yeah, buying
pictures and
stuff always makes it seem more real.
Yeah, yeah. And it was like our first outfit, right? So like I was like, oh, okay, well, I'll have a little girl. I'll get to do her hair all
Yeah.
the time. She doesn't have hair yet, so I can't do her hair. But you know,
So was the name Sella, because I know you said you were set on Silas, was the name Sella like already an alternate? Like, okay, if it is a girl or?
No, so we I think we just started looking through unique S names because
Okay.
Yeah.
prior to having Stella, we thought we were gonna have more than one. So we were like, all right, if it's a girl, we had to come up with the S name. So we came up with it. And I think so. Not to get too serious, but in the Bible it says like Selah or Selah.
Selah.
People say it's pronounced, but we just saw it and I was like, yeah, that's Sella in my head. So that's
Yeah.
how we went with it.
Really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah, and a lot of people still pronounce it Stella, but it's just Sella.
Oh yeah,
Like
dude.
most people, like grandparents and stuff nowadays,
my
they're
gosh.
they're not gonna say Sella. They only say Stella every
Yeah.
time.
Really?
Every time.
Yeah.
We'll tell them like right there in front of them. They'll be like,
Yeah.
no, okay, oh hey Stella, and I'm just like, yeah.
That's funny. One of our people that work at our pediatrician's office calls Denver dinner. At least yours is still a name. Mine is a part of the day where you.
I don't think that chick doesn't work there anymore, does she?
I don't know. I haven't seen her in a minute.
Yeah, I don't think she works there anymore. But yeah, that's hilarious.
Dinner.
She calls her dinner.
Yeah.
Oh, well, dinner plates in here for another checkup. Man, these parents, what's wrong with them? They name their daughter Dinner? It's rough.
Man. But yeah, I love the name Sella, and she nicknamed SJ. Has that stuck at all? Do you guys call her that or?
she responds.
Yeah,
to
she
it a
responds
little bit.
to it. It's mainly
Yeah.
like people that we're pretty close to, like you guys.
Yeah.
She'll know it SJ, but other people they'll just go Sella.
Sella,
Yeah.
yeah.
Or I'll catch myself and Haley. We'll say her whole name, just like it just sounds
Really?
natural, like
Yeah.
Sella Joy, just like hey.
Yeah,
Sella
it
Joy,
sounds
come
so
here.
good. I call Denver Jane a lot too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a DJ and they have an SJ, and I thought, I don't know, they're just little besties. One day that's gonna be carved in a tree.
It's funny how you just like.
I know, I'm gonna cry.
It's funny. I feel like
I will too. It's okay.
I feel like when you have your kids, you almost like never call them just like by their name. You know? Like,
Yeah, you kind of go around it.
You all like everybody gets like a nickname. Like
Yeah, like
Yeah.
little Piglet. Yeah,
Piglet? Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah.
Where did that come from?
she looks like Piglet.
He
Like,
calls her Dopey.
Oh yeah, Dopey too.
You know,
Do you
like
know
the
Dopey?
Seven Dwarves.
Dopey, yeah.
Yeah, she would.
You know
sit there
who
and
came to
look
my mind
sometimes.
first was the who's the little cute guy on Harry Potter?
Dobby.
Dobby, that's who I thought you were talking
He's a
about.
good
at first.
elf.
He's cute, but I don't know if I would want
He's
someone
not
saying
cute.
he is cute in an ugly way. In an
No,
ugly way.
I don't even
I was about
know
to say,
that
you're
movie.
calling her Dobby?
No, Dopey, like
Dopey. I know Dopey
The
is,
seven
yeah.
dwarfs from what is it? Snow White.
White.
Snow White,
Snow
yeah.
White.
Yeah,
Because she
that's
would just
cute.
sit there and her little blue eyes would just like she'll be
look up
falling
at
asleep,
you.
and I was
Aw.
like, oh yeah, you're a little dopey.
Yeah, she's so cute. I always tell people that Sella and Denver are like very alike. Like if I
Yeah.
had to, like out of all the kids I know, they are the most similar as far as personality wise, and they're just kind of like,
that. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing for us, bro.
oh yeah, you got a lot coming up, dude.
Yeah, I know.
Because all right, so Jarrod came over. Was that 2 days ago? Yesterday? Was that yesterday? 2 days ago? I don't know. I don't keep track of
Today,
time.
Saturday.
Yeah, was it
Yeah, no,
Thursday?
it was Thursday.
Okay. And he came over to come fishing, and he really got to see Denver's true personality. Like, this girl is wild. She will try to jump off things,
She's
and
quick.
she tries to climb whenever. Yeah, she'll be walking, and then just like running, and like
To the edge
we're
of
on
the
the
dock.
dock. Yeah. So yeah, very dangerous. Maybe Sierra shouldn't listen to this podcast, but I was good. Right? I was good. No, she didn't fall in. We're all good. But me and Jarrod actually went into a pretty in-depth conversation about like the boundaries of kind of letting kids figure things out on their own. Obviously, you have to have a standard kind of safety protocol. Like I'll let Denver crawl up on a chair and try to figure out how to get up, and she might fall. I'm there to like make sure it's not like a serious head injury, but like I let her figure things out. I let her climb up the stairs and I stay behind her. I feel like if you are constantly trying to keep your children out of danger, they're gonna find out one way or another. So it's kind of like, but there's boundaries you have to set. And me and Jarrod were saying, like, I think we kind of had a similar viewpoint, whereas Sierra's a little bit kind of on edge. Like, oh, like she's so close to a cactus. Like, be careful, be careful.
Well,
And
I
I'm
mean,
like,
the cactus, yeah, I might want to keep him away from the cactus.
okay, hold on.
That's like
They
a,
get within like a foot of it. Okay,
Yeah.
now you
it's like, let's
you
put
gotta
the
get
knives on the
yellow flag.
floor.
also,
yeah.
if you make it a big deal, so like if I'm like Denver goes close to the cactus, and every time she does, I make it a big deal. Like, oh my gosh, get away, get away. She's gonna want to go touch it more,
Yeah.
right? Am I wrong or am I right?
I mean, if she touches it once, she's probably not going to touch it again.
Yeah,
to
she'll
be
learn-
fair.
she'll learn a lesson.
And I told Zach, it's like, I'll let my daughter stub her toe. I might even let her break her foot, but I'm not going to
Break her foot.
Like not this
Thank you.
this is like figuratively. This is
Okay.
not literally.
Not like
I'll let
legitimately break her
Yeah, like I'll
foot.
let her do something that might stub her toe, might
Yeah,
break
I
her
get
foot,
you.
but I'm not going to let her break her whole freaking leg. Like
I got you.
Like like lessons. Like if she's about to fall and it's only like 6 inches. She needs to learn, okay, I'm going to fall here. I need to go down this way so I don't fall. And like we saw Denver the
Yeah.
other day, she was getting off of one of the chairs on the patio, and she looked like she didn't know what she was doing at first, but she just slid on down. And
She figured it out.
she figured it out. and
Because
we're
if
like,
you constantly pick them up and put them on the ground, then it's like they're
They're gonna be
really
4 years old trying
I
to. Yeah.
almost think you're like delaying them in a sense of like, yeah. I always say like I don't want my kid to be soft. And
I'll tell you what, though. You guys, you're getting closer to it. You guys are a little further off, but like right now with Cortland, where he is, he's almost 2 years old. He's going to turn 2 next month. It's fucking mayhem, just all day. With that, like you don't even have the opportunity to be like safe. Honestly, he's literally just throwing himself off the couch. We were talking about it yesterday. The kid's literally got bruises all over. Like
Yeah.
he's got like all these bruises. We're like, dude, we can't take him to the doctor. The doctor's gonna be like, so where are these bruises coming from?
child
I'm like, this kid's a psycho.
nurses.
I literally went into the kitchen the other day. I'm making myself coffee. You know, maybe 45 seconds. I pour myself some coffee. I come back into the living room. I'm like, where's Cortland? And he's standing on the dining room table, throwing coasters, like knocking stuff over. And our dining room table is like a high top dining room table,
Yeah.
so it's like a good like 4 feet off the ground. So like if he falls, like he can get like seriously injured.
like
but
hospitalized.
I mean, maybe. I mean,
Yeah.
they're just
Worst
like,
case.
They're made of rubber and magic at this age. You know, it's like
They really are. It's insane.
Yeah, like literally, you can. They will take falls. You're just like, oh yeah, he got really hurt, and he's like,
So how is Cortland when he does fall?
I mean, he'll cry and then he'll get over it like immediately.
Yeah.
Like it's more so like
It's all
getting
about how
scared.
we react, though.
Yeah.
I'm like stone cold to the point where like people are probably concerned about me. But like I've trained myself so well that when she falls, when she busts, she literally doesn't cry. She looks up at me with a face like basically like asking me permission to cry.
Yeah.
Like I don't know how to react right now. I just hit my chin on the ground and I just like look at her and we just
Good?
look at each other. She gets up, spits it out and keeps going. She doesn't give a shit. It's all about how you react. Let me clarify. I'm not gonna like let my child be hospitalized. I'm not gonna like let her go run in the street or like
no.
you know. But there's certain boundaries where you have to let them explore. That's just my opinion.
Yeah.
No, you have to let them be kids.
Yeah.
Right? That's the only way that they're going to learn. They're
Yeah.
sponges.
Yeah.
So if you keep doing stuff for them over and over and over again,
Yeah.
they're not going to learn.
Right. And then when something does happen, then they're really gonna react poorly.
Yeah.
So I don't know. That's just my opinion. I'm glad we're all on the same page. I kind of wish we weren't. Like it'd be fun to have a little debate right now. But
You know who's not? So we live with my mom, right?
Uh-huh.
And she's the worst at it. Like, and she's such a good grandma, right? And she gets so like worried all the time if she like bonks her head or something, and she's like, and that's the biggest thing to
The
get
reaction.
her to start crying.
Yes.
Like, you don't even have to say anything.
know.
It's just the. And
I know.
then from there, it's once she hears, she doesn't even have to look at you. Once she
Yeah.
hears that, it's just a full meltdown.
I know.
Right?
It's
and
so
then,
sad.
Yeah, and I'm like, Mom, you can't do that. Like, just let her be for a minute, and she's fine normally.
yeah,
So
grandparents
no.
are learning all over
But
again
listen.
too, though,
Oh
right? Like,
yeah.
I am a softie for when she really does hurt herself.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
it
I'm
sucks.
I'm the biggest
It
softie at
sucks.
that point. She can't hurt herself. I don't
No,
It
that's
is hard.
That's like
Yeah.
the worst part about being a parent is like when they actually are hurt or sick. Like you just, it's like
Yeah.
there's really like when they're like sick for example, if they're like really sick, like you just feel so bad for them because there's literally nothing you can do.
And they also
other
don't know
than-
what's going on.
Yeah, I mean,
Like, why do I feel this way?
yeah, and then like obviously they're like not themselves too when they're sick, and
Portland hasn't been sick very much, right?
he's not been sick for a
Knock on
while.
wood.
I'm more so thinking like when Cortland was born, he was in the NICU.
Yeah.
For a while, he had to go under the the blue lights and everything. Like that was like the most like helpless feeling is when like you literally just can't do anything. Like it just is what it is, and you just feel so bad. Like you wish it was like you in their place, obviously.
Yeah,
And it's just I mean that's like the worst part about being a parent. Like it's
definitely. I
When-
agree with that.
when they're sick or hurt or anything like that, it's just
It's
I mean,
heartbreaking.
it's-
for sure.
yeah, no, that's definitely the worst part. And I wanted to start like asking people this when they come on the podcast, just kind of get like the different descriptions. But like when you guys, the first, day, the first hour, the first minutes of when you have Sella, like, could you guys like describe that experience? Just because like I feel like we've had so many people on, and like I feel like that's like one of the best moments, and we never really get people to describe it. So I want to like start asking people this and just kind of get like the range of experiences and descriptions because obviously it's like
You're saying like the first meet, like
when Sella was born.
exactly it's just like for me personally, I remember it was like for Cortland and for Cooper as well. Like I just felt like the craziest like adrenaline rush and wave of emotions all at the same time. Like I literally felt like my head was like a balloon. I remember when they first come out, like it's a very wild experience. And I wanted to ask Jessica and Emily this, but we never really got around to it. We got kicked out for the last podcast.
Yeah,
but,
we did.
Just kind of like describe what were you guys feeling when you meet Sella for the first time?
For me, I had just recently started a new job, and my mind was going crazy. Like I was stressing about everything, like trying to like making sure I was good at my job, make sure I was going to have everything at the house ready for Sella, the whole 9 yards. But the second she came out, it's like everything stopped. Like I didn't nothing.
Yeah.
you saw what's important.
Yeah,
right
like
there.
it didn't
Yeah.
matter. Like I just saw her, I saw Haley. I was like, all right, cool. I got them. Like still, I told somebody this yesterday. I was talking with a buddy, and we were talking about like finances and all this stressing and stuff. And I was like, buddy, yeah, like money matters. Like we're all parents. Like money matters. But really, if your kids and your wife are good
And healthy,
that's when I realized I was like, shit. Like, yeah, like. From back to like you just said, when she was born, everything stopped. All my stress was gone. Like I was like, yeah, I got a daughter now. Like there's nothing. Now my stress is like, yeah, I got to make more money. I got to do more of this, but it just didn't matter. Like I knew I was going to make a way. So it was more of like instead of my head blowing up, it was just like everything just released off my shoulders.
Yeah. That's probably like one of the coolest parts is like, obviously before you have kids, like the things that are important to you are like, and then like once you have kids, you're just like, I can't believe like I actually spent that much time thinking or worrying or doing stressing about things. Yeah. It's like, all too often, like we don't really get to like stop and smell the roses and like appreciate everything. But like, yeah, when they're first born, it kind of gives you that perspective where it's just like, yeah, I mean,
Nothing
bills
else
are
really
stressful,
matters.
work sucks a lot of the times, there's all this, shit, but when they're finally like, as long as they're happy and healthy and like they're there, like that's just like the most important thing.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you two actually I'll let Haley say how she felt real quick.
Oh, I don't really remember. Like
I think that is like a that's
Yeah, there we go. That's it.
yeah, like when when she was born, it was because obviously we'll talk about it more with Sierra, but like my birth was really fast, right? Like I was in labor for maybe 6 hours at most, and then she was here, and like we didn't even have time to try for an epidural the third time, and then after that, I literally was pushing stuff off the bed, and I'm like, no, she's coming, like right now.
That's crazy.
It was insane.
So it was like almost so much adrenaline you don't remember it.
I don't and I told Jarrod, like I don't remember crying.
Really?
Like when she was born, no, and like
I don't think you did.
I don't think I did. Like I think
so much is just going on.
There was so much going on, and so many people in the room and everything too. Like it went from. Because we did try for an epidural, right? And it was like the anesthesiologist, me, and my nurse. They made Jarrod leave the room. So, yeah.
We'll discuss that next, bro. Because we'll discuss that next.
That's weird. Why are they making you leave the room?
This is going to be good. Like, let's leave them
Sterile
on a cliffhanger.
Yeah.
And then when Sierra comes, they can talk about the birth story. Because, like, that could be like a whole podcast on its own, I'm sure. But, yeah, that's...
Yeah, no.
I know a little bit about it. So, it's it's...
Oh my! That, I mean, we could talk about it right now because I'm on a cliffhanger. Like, why are they kicking you out of the room?
So when we got there, like she said, we went to one room and they're like, "No, the baby's here." So we had to go to the other one.
Yeah.
And then doctors and the nurse came in and they're like, "All right, well, you're gonna have to step out." And I'm like, "No, I don't know."
Sterile field.
Sterile
is what
field.
They said,
so they were saying
right?
that it was like it had to be like a sterile area. Nobody could be in the room while they did it. So they just had me step out. It felt like 20 minutes for me.
Oh yeah,
I can't
But
imagine.
It felt like an hour for me.
Yeah, but
It was terrible.
It was really, the reality was probably like a minute. Like if that.
Yeah.
But
Really?
it felt like
But-
forever because they couldn't get it in, and then she calls and she's like, "Come back in." Like she's coming. I'm like, "All right."
But I didn't know where my
Can you
phone
imagine if
was
you
or
missed it?
anything.
Bro, listen. So at this hospital, you have to press a button, and they see your face, and they code you in.
Yeah.
For whatever fucking reason, right then and there.
It wasn't working.
Nobody was at the fucking station to buzz
my
me in.
God.
So I'm sitting there pulling on the doors and stuff.
And, like, you have no idea what's going on in the
No.
Bro,
room.
like I'm ready to like
break it down.
break a door down, and like there's other kids back here, but my
Can you
kid is
imagine?
coming, so I
Yeah.
need to get
Yeah.
back there. And some nurse came and opened it, but yeah, that was weird that they made. And I started calling everybody like,
I
hey,
bet
did
you were
have
still
to
so
leave
polite.
when-
It
Yeah, it was
probably
very,
You're
very
so
polite.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, but at first I was trying to rip their door off, but then once the lady came, I was like, "Oh, thank you, my wife is back there. I need to get there." Yeah, I called everybody, bro. I'm like, "Hey, did you have to leave the room when your kid was born?" And they're like, "No," and I'm like,
And
That is
everybody's like,
weird.
don't have him leave the room, right? But nobody told us that beforehand. Like, we
Right.
thought that was
So I wonder if
just
it
the
was
norm.
preference for the person doing the epidural. Maybe they have like a
Or the
preference.
hospital.
Or the hospital.
hospital
yeah. Because
policy.
we were down south. Yeah, we weren't.
Yeah.
That is weird.
yeah. I think it's like a legal issue where it's like if if you did like get an infection, then it'd be like, well, I was in the room and it wasn't
Yeah.
sterile. Well, I mean, even still though, like for Lexi, she had 2 C-sections, so like they take her away to start prepping her for surgery, and so I'm just sitting in a room by myself for like you said, it feels literally like the longest wait of your goddamn life. Like I'm literally, I've told it like multiple times, but I'm so stressed out and like filled with anxiety. I'm like doing squats and push-ups in the waiting room because like I'm just like I think something's gone wrong because it feels like I've been waiting in there for 3 hours. But I mean, it's a completely different experience where it's like it's not a surgical, it's not surgery. It's like
It's a needle, bro.
we had Emily on a few podcasts ago, and she was saying how she did sort of like a water birth situation, and
Yeah.
it's like she's literally giving birth like in a tub and in like this very chill environment. But then you go to the hospital and they're like super like stressed out about all this. It's like realistically, like people used to give birth out in the wilderness, like
So that is one thing I will say, and because we go to hospital, like all of our doctors and stuff are here in Orlando now. We gave birth. Well, Haley gave birth to Sella down in Jensen Beach. It's such a different like.
You get more
Atmosphere.
one-on-one care down there.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
even
Really?
like,
Yeah.
everybody down. It feels like I think it's because it's such a small beach town that it's like everybody. There was no chaotic. They helped keep me calm in every
Yeah.
situation. They really catered to like the
The
patients.
parents.
The parents that were there and everything.
Yeah.
They didn't like. It's hard to explain. They were,
Jensen Beach ad.
no. I mean, yeah,
We'd
100%.
move back there in a
Travel
heartbeat.
to Jensen Beach.
I mean, that's nice because
is nice.
We
Yeah.
went, the hospital we went to was Advent Health in Winter Park. And I mean, literally the day we had Cooper, they were so short staffed that like we're sitting there waiting for like 2 hours, 3 hours just to have Lexi prepped for surgery. Yeah. Like,
Oh, yeah, no.
I mean,
They're not going to put the C-section as a priority in that situation.
I mean, obviously not,
like-
but it's like,
But
you don't get like really any like monitoring or care or anything. Somebody
No.
stops by like every 30, 45
Yeah, that's
minutes.
crazy.
Like nobody's
Oh, no.
checking. And with Cortland, it was even worse. We didn't even have our doctor that we had been seeing for, months and months and months because Lexi had her water broke and we had to go to the hospital. And it was just some random lady we never met. It was like, yeah, I'm
Oh, yeah,
going
no.
to slice you open today.
Neither of yours, you had, just to like refresh everyone. So you had for both of your sons, you had scheduled C-sections, but she went into labor early on both of them, right?
So for Cortland, the water broke.
Yeah.
Yeah, one morning I'm getting up, getting ready for work, and she's like, "Oh, I think I peed my pants." I'm like, "Oh, you peeing your pants now?" I'm like, I don't know. This is something you do, I guess, when you're really pregnant, just peeing your pants." Didn't think much of it. Went to work, and she's like, "Yeah, I peed my pants again." Once I get to work, she's like, "I peed my pants." I'm like, "You're peeing your pants now?" I was like, "Are you sure you're peeing your pants? Are you sure your water didn't break?" She's like, "I don't know. My water might have broke." And so she calls the doctor. Doctor's like, "Yeah, go to the hospital."
Yeah.
Just like, get out of here.
Did they rush for that one? Or was that like a
No,
lot of
no,
sitting around too?
Yeah, that was
See,
kind of
that's
a lot
weird
of
to
sitting
me.
around.
If her water broke, that's one thing. If it's like a scheduled C-section, like I get, like you're not
Yeah.
gonna be like,
Yeah.
Yeah,
a big priority because like you're not in labor. But like if your water broke and you're in labor, like I feel like you need to.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but sometimes they're only like a couple centimeters dilated.
Yeah, she
and
wasn't-
You
Oh,
can
it's all
stay
about-
there.
Yeah, she wasn't dilated like at all, and
Yeah.
there was like no chance she was giving birth to Cortland because that kid was
yeah.
11 pounds 5 ounces. Would have killed her.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness.
Yeah, I was like, no, we're doing C-section, Mr.
Yeah.
Doctor, sir. Like, Mr. Doctor, lady, we are doing a C-section. That will just blow everything out down there. We will
Oh my
never recover.
gosh.
That is a nuclear baby. Like,
Did she go over 40 weeks?
no, she was like she was like at 39 weeks.
So he was just a big boy.
She didn't have She didn't have the gestational diabetes. They tested
Yeah.
her a million times. I gave her like
It was the bison.
I was feeding her a lot of grass-fed bison. With Cortland, I was like, I don't know why I was like this with Cortland, but then Cooper, I was just like, whatever. But like with Cortland, I was like feeding her like a professional athlete. Like I was like,
Yeah.
I was like, no, we need to get the bison in. We need to make sure you have lots of dairy products and whole full fat. Like I'm giving her like the perfect nutrition for Cortland. And he was 11 pounds 5 ounces, and I think that's probably why he was, because he was just extremely nutritionalized. With Cooper, I was just kind of whatever. She didn't really eat much with Cooper, to be honest. Like she just did not have much of an appetite. But with Cortland, she was like much better. She had like the typical pregnancy cravings and wanted to eat, but with Cooper, like she just did not want to eat like the whole pregnancy. But no, she was a superstar. For Cortland, I'll try and get back into it for our next one. Try and I'm gonna get like
For the next baby?
full meal plan in.
So let's talk
like,
about that, brother.
Next baby.
Yeah, how many are you trying to have? Because we're done.
We're done.
We typed.
We're
I
definitely
want to
gonna
touch on that too.
We're definitely gonna do one more. Me and Lexi, we're 100% for one more, and then we're not sure about 4.
Yeah.
Like we'll get 3, and then we're like, because we were talking about it, and we were like, once you have 3, like what's 4, And then I'm like, really, what's 12? I'm like, let's just keep pumping these things out.
Yeah, Bear wants
They
them
do
all.
say it gets easier the more kids you have because
I don't
they
see
keep
how.
they keep each other entertained.
I will say from 1 to 2 is way easier. We talked about this earlier, but from 0 to 1 is like you're learning so much. Like you
Yeah.
don't know what to expect. Like the sleepless nights are like a shock, but then from 1 to 2, it's like you know what's going on. You know that like the sleepless nights are not going to last. You know that like at a certain point they start sleeping longer, and all the issues kind of resolve themselves. It does get way easier.
Really,
And so
I'm like nervous for number 2.
I will say, like, it's a lot when you go from 1 to 2. It's a lot early on. For like the first 3 months, and both me and Lexi were home. For the first 3 months, it was definitely, it was a lot of work. I mean, it's a newborn and a toddler, and Cortland is like full blown toddler mode at this point. So, he will loves tantruming. You know, he loves throwing tantrums, just for anything. For anything, he'll walk into the kitchen, and be like, "Cookie," and I'm like, "No, we're not doing cookies right now." And then he just throws a tantrum. I'm like, "Well, you're not getting a cookie now for sure." Like, that's not how that works. But no, I mean, it's definitely way easier from 1 to 2, from 0 to 1, and I kind of want to do like 4. I feel like 4 is good.
Yeah.
And if we have another boy, we're definitely going to go for 4 because we want to have a girl. We do want to have a girl. We thought both Cortland and Cooper were going to be girls. We wanted a girl for both of them.
Your guessing rate is terrible.
Horrible. I've said girl for like I've been off like every.
You guys are 0-3 right now.
Yeah, every pregnancy, like friends, my family, like I get it wrong. I'm like,
Really?
yeah, you're having a boy.
You thought I was having a boy?
I thought you were having a boy. Sam, I said, Sam, you're having a boy. No, girl. And for both my kids, I'm like, these are both girls. I can feel it. I can sense it in the universe. And no, they're boys. I'm a little off on that for sure. But no, I think we're gonna do 4. I think that's probably where we're gonna draw the line.
Hey, I'm a sibling with 4.
Yeah, you have a big
4.
family. So
Big family, and I love it.
5. Go for 5 like my family.
5.
We
He's
are
got
close.
5.
I'll tell you what, like if
I'm close with all of them.
if
Not you, baby girl. You're stuck
Exactly.
with- you're
She
the
said, "I
only
want
sibling.
5."
she said, give me 5.
No,
5.
Let's hear about you guys. Like, what happened? Like, so I know a little bit, but go ahead and tell the podcast about how you went from wanting more than one to like once you
Mine's
had
pretty simple.
Stella.
I'll let Haley tell hers.
I don't know. I think the way he feels plays a really big role in me not wanting more, right? If he were to ever change his mind and want another child, I loved being pregnant. So I would have another, right? And the birth was fast, but it's what I wanted out of a birth.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
you know, I mean, I'd go through it again in a heartbeat. Now, the hard part, she's almost a year old and sleeps 4 to 5 hour stretches at
Oh,
night.
wow.
Still. Yeah.
Dang, that's
But didn't you
tough.
say that a lot of it you think is the teething? Because she went through a good phase, right?
Her good phase is 6 hours.
Oh.
Like she's gone maybe one night without a bottle in the middle of the night.
Wow.
And it sucks because like I wasn't able to produce, right? Breast milk. So we're formula feeding and it's easier, I think, right? Because she can she doesn't need me to be her pacifier throughout the night, right? Yeah. But sometimes she'll wake up and she'll take a binky and she's fine. She'll go back to sleep. But if she reaches that 4 to 5 hour mark in the middle of the night, she won't go back to bed unless she has a bottle.
Really?
So
when she wakes up, is it like a screaming cry or is she just like up and about?
yeah, most of the time it's a cry. But lately at she'll go to bed at 8:30, 9 o'clock, whatever it is, sometimes 9:30. She'll wake up anywhere from 1 to 3 and want to eat. Sometimes we can make it till 3 and I'm like, okay, perfect. If she wakes up, the later she wakes up for that first bottle, normally she'll sleep until 9:30 next morning. But if she wakes up around 1, then she's up again at 6 o'clock. And was it last night or the night before where she literally, I just heard her laughing.
That's the cutest shit.
Yeah.
6 o'clock.
At 6 o'clock in the morning.
She's just
and
thinking
I'm
of something funny.
Yeah, but I'm like, fuck, man. Then that means that she's up and I'm not ready to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning. So it was just, I don't know.
I will say that is really rough. 12 months in and she's still not
Yeah.
sleeping through the night. Cooper,
Yeah.
our 3-4-month-old, he started sleeping through the night. Not to
Oh, I love that for you.
yeah,
though.
not to rub it in or anything, but
Yeah,
I love that, though.
it's crazy the difference it makes though. Because
Yeah.
he had a little tiny regret because he had started sleeping through the night. He kind of had a little regression. He stopped sleeping through the night, and I'm like, oh my God, being able to sleep through the night, you just feel so much better in the morning.
Yeah.
Waking up even for just a couple of minutes in the middle of the night to take care of them is so rough for your sleep.
It is.
So
That's when I used to catch up on my shows though.
Oh, see, I can't because if she gets anything, I can't even talk to her because then she's up.
So you got to do my setup. So what I would do
Oh,
is
you gotta eat my setup. Yeah, he knows.
I put a pillow up so she had no
I have to hold
stimulation,
her.
nothing, and then I would give her the bottle like this, and I watched
Oh.
my show because I had no time. Those first 3 months, you don't have
Yeah.
that leisure time, you know.
Yeah.
So I'm like, all right, it's 3 a.m. right now. I'm feeding her a bottle,
Yeah.
I'm gonna go ahead and turn on Wednesday, and it was awesome.
You're watching Wednesday Addams with your feet.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, no, like any sensory input
Really?
at that time, like it's pitch black in the room. She has her sound machine on, like
So she's sleeping in a crib right now, in her
Yeah.
own crib in a separate room.
yeah, until like 2 o'clock in the morning
You bring her
or
in with
whenever
you?
she wakes up, and then we have pack and play in our room. So at that point, I just put her in the pack and play,
So I'm not. So
and she sleeps in our room. So I wake
Going-
up in the morning to Mama.
yeah. Oh, see, that's
And
the cutest.
Oh
shit
my God,
ever,
it's the
though.
sweetest thing
Then you
ever,
just forgive
right?
them for everything, and it's
yeah,
all okay.
and I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
whatever. It is what it is.
I started accidentally. Actually, I started co-sleeping with Denver, and it's
Yeah.
an embarrassing thing because like that's
Why?
like because it's like people are like you shouldn't do that.
I think it's different for
It's-
everybody, though.
yes,
Like if
thank
you
you.
do, if you do it safely,
Yeah, I can do it the fuck I want.
Yeah, if
fuck
you do
yeah.
it
Yeah.
safely, then it's fine, right?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
there's nothing wrong with
Yeah,
it.
it's
It is
super
what it
safe.
is.
Sometimes she is like
you do it, babe.
under my armpit and stuff.
I
but-
used to bring her. So like when he would leave for work in the morning, he would bring her in the bed with me,
Mm.
right? And then for the last like 2 hours that we're asleep or whatever,
Yeah.
she's in bed with me.
So does she sleep better with you though? Like
Oh, 100%.
that's where
Yeah.
it's like there's a line though. So she's still not sleeping through the night. Like, are you open to doing that just so
No.
she gets the straight hours of sleep?
No.
No. Okay.
No, because we need our space, right? Like
I mean, no, it's taken an impact on, my physical relationship with my wife.
Yeah.
I'll be right up front
Yeah.
about that. And I also like, I'm getting great sleep though. Oh my God. I go to sleep. I get a full 12 hours and
Oh, I
like,
wish,
oh my
but
gosh.
no.
And the sweetest shit happened. So Denver is very physical touch. Like she wants to be like cuddled
Oh,
and stuff.
yeah.
So like, the other day, like it's so much easier to put them down. I'm not sponsoring co-sleeping. I honestly wouldn't recommend
So
it, but
is
this
she-
is a sweet story.
Is she sleeping the whole night with you?
Shut the hell up. Yes.
Wow.
I know. I'm so ashamed of it. It's so embarrassing, but it's
no,
working
though.
for me right now because
Yeah.
she's getting full sleep. It makes me go to sleep earlier, and I need sleep with my mental health. I have a breakdown if I don't get sleep. So, she wakes up, and like if she wakes up, instead of having to go all the way across the house and like, go back to sleep in the crib,
Yeah.
like I just like go like this and just hug her, and she goes back to sleep. So, the other night I just kind of like. She like backed up into me to be like just like snuggle with her dad, and it's the cutest shit ever.
Yeah.
And I went and I just hugged her, and she just started soothing herself. This freaking girl grabbed my hand with both of her hands and just put it under her chin and went to sleep. And I'm
That's
like,
cute as
all
hell.
right, I want
I'll give you
to
that.
co-sleep forever. This
I'll
is
give
the
you that.
cutest shit ever.
That's very cute. The last time I
cry?
tried to co-sleep
I
with
cry every night. Yeah. It's so cute.
last time we tried to co-sleep with Cortland was during the hurricane because this used to be his room and we were like scared that like someone's gonna fall in the house and just
Yeah.
destroy the room. So he slept with us during the hurricane and it was an absolute fucking nightmare. He was literally kicking me in the back of the head with his heel. Like he didn't go to sleep until 4 a.m. He's like jumping up and down on the bed and
But
like,
that's because he wasn't doing it all up until then.
no, he didn't co-sleep with us for a very long time. But that's like the last time we I cannot co-sleep because like in my mind like I'm scared. Like I'm scared I'm gonna like roll over on
Exactly.
Cooper.
I'm a wild sleeper bear.
Exactly. Yeah. So like
heavy
like-
sleeper.
Yeah,
It is
so-
scary. It's
I roll
scary.
over on my
I don't
wife.
recommend it
Yeah.
at all. I don't recommend it.
yeah, it just like makes me super nervous because like I don't want to be like if I'm not awake like I don't want to be responsible for my child, right?
Yeah.
Like I want him in a safer spot than like my unconscious me taking
Yeah.
holding them.
I
Just
agree.
doesn't
I agree.
it doesn't make me feel comfortable. And Lexi's able to with both of them like when they would have like a bad night she would put them on her chest and sleep with them because it comforts them. And I could just never do it. Like I would just sit there wide awake with them on my chest, just like staring in the darkness, just like,
Yeah.
oh my god, dude, I want to go to sleep. It's just like,
Now I have mastered the almost in that sleep, but you're not asleep yet. Yeah, like I've mastered that stage.
But
'cause
do you
they're-
have that like falling off a cliff dream though?
No, I don't have those because like I have her in my hand, so like I can't just like jump and then I'm throwing her across the room. But like sometimes like I'll pick her up and I'll have to like hold her at nighttime, and I'll just sit there, just have your eyes closed, little doze off. I'm more likely to fall asleep with her on the couch or like in the recliner than in the bed because like
Yeah.
I toss and turn.
I have a bad habit. Like when I start falling asleep, I start doing like aggressive twitches, and like Lexi always tells me that like I'll start like twitching like
Start
crazy.
swinging.
Yeah.
No, like legitimately, like
Oh.
Lexi tells me that I'll twitch myself awake all the time, or like I'll just like throw my arm, and I'm just like, what's going on? You know, but so it's like I cannot co-sleep. Like it is literally dangerous for me to co-sleep. So I mean, I'm not saying it's like a bad thing. That's
It's
just
no, it's a bad thing, and it creates bad habits.
it's a bad thing. But
Yeah,
I would.
It is. It's good but bad. It's good
super-
but bad. Bonding, like Denver and I. So like I work, 8-hour days. So like it is nice that like I get to go down, and it's just funny. Like you said, like they'll start like laughing in the middle of the night, and then
Yeah.
I'll start laughing, and then she'll start like jumping on. It's the cutest shit ever. But one pro with this whole situation is when she like goes to my mom's house for naps, she can still go down on her own. So like
Okay.
she hasn't completely lost that skill, which is good, but it's a
Yeah.
little bit harder. There's sometimes like she's very clingy to me for sleep. Like when she's tired, she wants me.
Yeah.
Like fuck
Wow.
mom, like fuck her grandparents. Like she
Yeah.
wants me when she's tired because she's built that relationship with me. So if
Yeah.
I'm there, co-sleep only. Like that's the way she looks. Like she's like, I want to cuddle with my dad right now. But like if it's just my mom with her, like she can put her down in her pack and play and she'll go to sleep.
So how long is it going to go on?
I was thinking like high school.
All right, you fucking sicko, dude. what-
Okay, all right. It's my daughter.
I see your daughter, but I mean,
That would be weird. Imagine, dude. Like she just
Oh,
has like
no.
friends over for a slumber party, and
No.
she's like, "Guys, I gotta go to my parents' room."
yeah, dude. Fucking,
Wait, you guys don't do this too?
Jesus,
No,
dude.
absolutely not. I
When's
mean,
the cutoff, dude? Like
I-
when it,
realistically, I want by the time she's 2, I don't like. I think that needs to all be like. Sierra and I also keep procrastinating it, but
I
I,
was about
think
to
it's
say
because
she's
I
not
love
that
it.
far from 2.
I
Like,
love it so much. It's created such a strong bond. Again, not sponsoring it. If you haven't started yet, don't do it. I really would not recommend it.
maybe we should sponsor. Maybe we should create some sort of product that makes co-sleeping safe.
There is a product. There's a thing like a little baby gate that goes around your bed. I've already looked into it because she fell off the bed so many times. Tough as
has
nails.
she?
Oh my god! I would wake up and she's just she's not even crying. She's just on the ground like where the fuck?
Oh
the
my
fuck? Oh my god, dude.
But I'll tell you what, she knows not to roll off the bed now. Now I'll wake up and she's just looking down the bed like this, and then she'll look back at me. But
See, she learned.
she learned her lesson.
Oh, dude, that's so
That's
wild.
So funny.
But our beds, have you seen our bed's really low and there's a
Yeah.
carpet
Yeah,
under?
it's-
Like
Oh,
we have
no,
a
ours
rug.
is high.
Ours is
high.
really low. So
She has
like,
to damn near hop in our bed.
Yeah, just
it's not
about.
safe.
Oh,
But
really?
We have like a chase in front of our bed, and I'm really bad at hanging up clothes. Right, I'll fold them, put them all away, whatever. But I hate hanging up clothes.
Oh, yeah.
So that's normally like our catch-all for all of our clean clothes.
Yeah.
That needs to be hung up.
Everybody's got that.
Yeah.
Everybody's got that. We're just like, I'm
does
not
anyone
folding
really
those.
hang
Do
their
it later.
clothes?
Do it later. And then
That's the
we
most
go by.
procrastinated.
Everybody's got
project.
just like a mound of clothes in their
Yeah.
room that they're just
Yeah.
like, ah.
We're all guilty of
Well,
it.
one day I put her down for a nap, like before we put the pack and play in our room for her to nap in, because our room is darker than the room that her crib is in. So we put her in her pack and play to nap every day. And before we did that, I was like, oh, I'll just leave her in the bed. I'll set up the camera on the bed, whatever, so that way I can watch her on the monitor. Well, I look at the monitor and she's crawling towards the camera, and I didn't make it in time, and she dove like head
Oh my
first,
gosh.
but landed on the mound of clothes.
Oh,
Yes.
so
So
the
I was
procrastination helped.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah.
So don't do your laundry.
To this day.
Yeah, that
Don't.
works. Now
I-
I'm never gonna do my laundry.
Yeah.
I'm gonna.
It sucks when you need like a decent shirt to wear to work and it's all
Yeah.
wrinkly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, that will drive you
Okay, so
crazy when
that's
you're
not
like
just
digging
me.
through it.
Bro, it pissed me off the other morning, bro.
You're digging through it. You're like, where's my damn work shirt?
Yeah.
It's like I can't find anything. No,
Literally, that's a real. Okay, I'm so glad that's not just me.
no,
no,
that's
it's
every
bad.
human. That's every person.
Bad.
That's everyone.
Yeah.
Okay, what about finding only one sock? Where's
Oh.
the other sock?
Talk to him about socks.
Where is the other sock? They're never together. There's always just
No, they're
one.
not.
I
That's
can
what I'm
find one
saying.
sock.
Every time she does the laundry,
you doing with your
she's gotta
socks,
try to
Jared?
throw me under the bus because the socks is my one job with laundry, and I just
I
gotta
hate
match
socks.
them. But if I get- if I
Wait,
get-
hold on. How do you make that work?
I
What do
will
you mean?
fold
You-
the laundry. I will clean it. I will fold it. I will
Okay.
everything.
And then she'll make a pile of socks.
And then I'll throw them off to the side.
That's my worst nightmare.
Listen.
And you have to match them all?
Yeah, but
Oh
that's easy
my
for me. So for
God.
some reason, it's so hard for her. For me, I'd do a whole pile in a couple
I
seconds.
hate
It's
it.
Oh,
just-
so you're really good with socks.
I hate it.
You see Nike, you put
Big,
Nike together.
big sock guy.
I
Nike and Nike, just
Okay,
put them
no,
together.
but ask him when he puts them away. My socks are in his drawer, or
They're
my
fucking
socks are in the
socks.
baby's
I
drawer.
thought you were good with socks.
I'm good with
No.
matching them.
You're just not good with who
I
they
don't
belong
know.
to?
Listen, whenever it comes to putting laundry away, only thing I know where it is in drawers is my socks and my underwear. Everything else, like all
doesn't
their
know.
stuff, I have no idea. So
No.
I know where my
You
socks
mix up
go.
their socks?
He puts my socks in her drawer.
How do you? I feel like I'm gonna take a wild guess and say you guys have very different feet
Yes.
sizes at this point
Oh,
in your
wild
life.
guess, buddy.
So I'm just confused to how this happens.
Brother, there's a mound of socks. I put them all. I match them perfectly. When you get a pair of socks, they're going to be a match. It's just
Okay.
you got to find what drawer they're in.
Just might not be the right owner.
Yeah, you just got to find the drawer. Check all 3 socks drawers. You'll find a pair for you in my house.
Yeah.
I love how like
This causes arguments, huh?
No, not really.
No, I just give
Because
him
Stella
looks.
loves it. So
Oh,
so
she
that's my
loves it.
reasoning now.
Wait, what do you mean she loves it?
So the mound of socks is in like a little chair that is for her, but she doesn't sit in. So it's
Yeah.
just another catch-all for the socks.
Yeah.
You guys have a super safe house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lots of, if you fall, you're going to hit some type of laundry.
padding everywhere.
So
It's good. It's good.
Stella will sit there and throughout the day, and she'll take every single sock, and it'll be her toy for that. And she'll just pull
Does
it.
she take them apart?
No,
they're not together.
made
They're
yet.
just
Oh, they're not together
That's
yet.
just a mound
this
of
is
socks.
pre together.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
She'll
She
just take
sits
them
there
and
and
throw them all
Oh,
over
yeah,
the place.
that's
So
fun.
they're like a toy. So that's why
Kids
I
don't
do
need
it.
toys. They don't need toys.
Oh, yeah.
Water bottles.
They can just play with anything around the
Yeah,
house.
hers is water bottles. Her favorite thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Can't
So
go
we-
wrong with a water bottle.
We kind of never finished the question from quite a while ago now, but we were like talking about extra.
we're horrible at podcasts.
Extra. No, we're horrible at.
This is the worst podcast.
So we were talking about like you guys.
Not
wanting
you guys, like us in general. We are so bad at podcasting.
It's. I mean, it's definitely a learned skill.
Yeah.
It's fun, right? It is a good time.
It's weird. It's weird. You don't really have many times like just like in today's world to just like sit down and talk, and
Yeah.
it is like really fun to just sit down and talk.
It is.
But no, we were talking like you guys only want one kid. We went over why you guys
Yeah.
only want one. I want like 12 to 15. What's going on with you and Sierra? Because I feel like like you were like the guy who was like,
Yeah,
yes,
I
dude,
wanted a shit ton.
give me all the babies. Like,
Yeah, so-
let's pump these things out, Sierra. And when you told me that, and like after Sierra had Denver, I was like, oh, that poor woman, because she was dangerously pregnant with Denver. Like,
Yeah, she had a rough labor and a long labor, and then she even said like during her labor, like, how the fuck can I do this again? Like
Yeah.
after Denver was born, for a good minute, we're like, fuck no, never again. That was just rough. And then honestly, seeing Sella and Cooper and stuff give me that like, all right, like I can do this again. But then like I think about like Sierra and I have traveled our whole time we've been together, right? Like we have traveled so much. And then once Denver was a baby, everything just got so much more difficult to do. And I feel like I want more experiences with just Denver. Like, well, me, Sierra, and Denver. Like, I want to go to Europe with Denver. I want to, go to freaking Scotland and Italy and France and do all that stuff with just me, Sierra, and Denver. And I know that if we have a baby right now, like Sierra wants, it's going to put a halt on that. Like that will all be delayed. And
nah, dude, fucking just do it. Stop being. You're thinking about it too much.
But, like,
dude. You
think
can
about
take a baby
newborns
to Europe.
you can. It's just it's harder, and you're on more of a schedule.
There's nobody at the European checkpoint saying, "Hey,
No
those,
baby.
those babies
must be
we're-
this tall.
We're not. Yeah, we're not doing any fucking babies here in fucking
Okay,
Italy.
but it's harder. It's harder.
it's
it's
nominally harder. Not as much harder as
You can't
you
enjoy
would
the
think.
trip the same way as far as like, okay, like Sierra and I are on a very strict schedule with the way Sierra and I raised Denver made our lives harder. Like we were very strict, like we're very big on her diet. Like she only eats like really whole foods, good foods. And like, she's very like outdoorsy as her playtime, like in her free time. Like we don't like her just sitting around doing nothing. We like are very on a schedule with her feeding and her naps in her newborn phase. So like our life was hard, but like I think it paid off. We have raised just a phenomenal daughter, and it's just difficult. Like traveling was very difficult. Like it's like, all right, we have to feed her every 2 to 3 hours. Like stop everything you're doing and go do this. And I want more kids, but I want to wait. I want like a 3 to 4 year gap. Sierra wants like impregnate me now.
Well, dude, stop being such a punk ass bitch. Whip.
You asked me for my point, and then you are criticizing it.
That is my same point. Like when people, Haley has a whole, you hear she says like, oh, it's up to Jarrod, but like, it's a selfish reason why I don't want more kids.
But it's not
Guys,
selfish.
whip that thing out.
But
and
you're
just
doing
put
it
to work.
for your family,
Yeah, like,
though.
right
It's not
now-
like you want to just go do shit. Like you want to do stuff
No.
with your family.
Yeah.
Right.
Right now, I can pick me, my wife, and one child up, and we can go do a lot, and I can provide for them for
Exactly.
the rest of my life. Now, granted, if I had another kid, yeah, I'd make
You
things
make it work.
But I know, like, I can foresee.
It's a whole new challenge.
Yeah,
See,
I can
it's-
foresee me.
It's guys like you that are leading to the global population collapse. You know?
We're the worst.
We are the worst.
You guys ever seen the movie Idiocracy? No? Oh, dude, it's such a good. If you've never seen that movie, you should go see that movie. The basic storyline of the movie is, you know, all of the really stupid people like reproduce like crazy, like all the the dumb all the dumb rednecks are like having like 12 kids and they can't afford it.
Wait, didn't you say you want 12 kids?
Yes. I do come from a dumb redneck, you know, lineage. So that some of my ancestors may have been a
What
dumb
if your
redneck.
dad is a listener?
Well, he is a dumb redneck. You know, just to be fair, you know, my dad is not. He's not, you know, a
I'm
role
just
model.
picturing your dad just throwing the phone down.
I'm not listening to this podcast anymore.
Let me call it.
No, fucking Walter Shedlock definitely doesn't listen to this, and he is not a role model. He is not a man you want to yeah.
Oh my
no,
God.
We have a lot of dumb rednecks in our lineage here, the Shedlocks. Luckily, it's kind of like, you know, kind of watered down by like my Italian ancestry, so you know you get like kind of the artistic and then a little bit of dumb redneck, you know. So then you get me.
Yeah, you're a wild mix.
No, it's
sure.
it's a sickening combo, honestly.
Clip that. That was good.
It's a sickening combo, dude. You get the artsy, you know, Italian, the Romans, and then you get like some dude from Mississippi, you know.
Is that where he's from?
No, they're from the South. My dad's family's like from the South. They're Southerners, you know.
You know anyone in your dad's family?
No. The Shedlocks are not a very tight knit group.
No.
No, I don't have anybody on my dad's side who I have any communication with.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, dude, my grandparents on my dad's side, I've met them like 3 times, you know. So my grandparents on my mom's side, to be fair, I've only met them like a couple of times too. But no, the Shedlock family is an odd bunch for sure. We are not a tight knit group whatsoever.
Oh my God. Anyways, yes.
Let me ask you about something like that since we're speaking on it. Do you guys have things from like your family that you were trying to like make sure you don't bring into your new, like your family you have started?
Oh yeah, for sure. No, I mean, just like they're already so much better off than like when I was a kid. Like Lexi's family is kind of like the role, like kind of like what we're going for, because Lexi's family is like so great. You know, like her mom's awesome. She, you know, all of her and her siblings, you know, are very close, and you know, great relationship with their grandparents and everything. And then you look at the Shedlock family, there's like, we're just going to try and steer away from that. It's just all that in general, you know, alcoholism, drug abuse, living in the ghetto, you know, stupid rednecks. We're just trying to get away from that aspect.
Like, what happened?
Yeah, no, you walked out, we were having like really,
Talking
Talking about his dad.
those goddamn stupid rednecks. No, the Shedlock side of this family is, you know, we're just trying to like, you know, steer clear of that. We're just trying to send it more towards like the Viola. Lexi's family is kind of like our role
Do you
model.
ever think about changing your last name?
My last name?
Yeah.
No, I'm not that serious about it. I don't care that much.
That's a cool last name.
Shedlock is, you know, I hate when people ask me how to spell that. I'm like, dude, you know how to spell a fucking shed and a lock, dude? Like, come on, dude. They're like, oh, okay. I'm sorry. No, it's like, come on, dude. You know how to spell fucking Shedlock. It's not that hard. But no, yeah, like Lexi's family is like what we're going for, 100%. The Shedlock family sucks ass. Like just sorry, we do. Yeah, it's just everybody on my dad's side of the family.
I can't stop thinking about your dad listening right now.
Yeah,
and being so upset.
It'd be hilarious. Yeah, and just as backstory, like me and my dad have like absolutely no contact since I was like 8 years old. You know, so it's like, you know, odds are he's not listening.
Bear makes jokes about it though. So you
yeah,
can
no, it's
laugh.
okay. It's okay. My dad is a drug addict and he's homeless, but no, it's fine. It's, you know, it's a big.
I can't laugh.
No, it's fine. It's like I said, we're steering clear of the Shedlock side. You know,
Okay, so you follow more of a role model of Lexi's side. Try to mimic that side more.
Yes, and it's no it's no like Lexi's family is much more involved. Like her mom and her sisters are very involved with Cortland and Cooper. You know, aunts are very involved. Her mom is takes Cortland, sees Cortland multiple times a week, every week. So she's very involved. And my mom's great. She sees them and everything. So my mom still is involved. I love my mom. It's just, we, once again, the Shedlock family is a shit show, so it's just like, maybe just less of the Shedlock family is a good thing and more of Lexi's family.
I'm in like a
very healthy.
Like to answer Jarrod's question, and then I want to bring it back to you guys. Like, I feel like my parents were such good parents and like,
your parents kick ass, dude. I'm
very by the books, but like, so like, I'm
gonna be honest. I don't know if there's any other family who raised like more like good children. Like they're 4 for 4. Like that. Usually,
I know everyone used to say, "God damn it, Jake, get arrested or something."
Come on, dude. That's, like most people have at least like one fuck up, right? Because like they're people, right? They're gonna make their own decisions at the end of the day. Your parents somehow literally went 4 for 4. You guys are all sick.
Okay, so they did very, very, very good. Love them, but I definitely am taking a little bit different of a parenting approach. Like, I'm like a baby, no shoes, run around, do what you want. My mom's like dying. Like, she's like, put the shoes on the baby. And I'm like, okay, so a really good point happened, though, the other day. Denver was running around at Tuffy's outside. This was not the time you were with me. This was another time. And I'm like, she's fine. There's nothing on the floor. Fucking, God damn it, nail on the goddamn ground. So I'm like, fuck. I'm like trying to hide it. And then there's another one. But,
I'm going to be honest. Like, I was like, when we were at Tuffy's and you had her barefoot, it was kind of like bothering me. I was like, I'm all for the barefoot thing, but like, man, we're at a bar. Like, I don't like some nasty people out here. I was at Tuffy's last night and some dude drew like it was a beautiful piece of art. I wish I could bring it up on my phone. I took a picture of it, but no, I was in the stall and like it just shocks me. It shocks me that somebody
say like on the side of the street painting.
No, I was in the bathroom stall. But my point here is somebody literally brought like a whole art set into the fucking bathroom stall, and like they like simulated paint dripping and stuff, and like
really,
dude, it was
in Tuffy's.
In Tuffy's, it was it was a picture of toes, like human toes.
That's what they did with their day.
That's what
they drew some toes in a bar.
And I'm just like, this is wonderful. I was asking Sierra, I was like, can you like hit up Chris for me? And like, I want to buy this. Like, this should be framed.
Buy the door off.
No, it was the little divider in the bathroom stall. But no, I mean, somebody.
The urinals?
Yeah, between the
so
urinals.
Someone did that, like completely exposed. Like anyone could have walked in and saw them drawing toes.
Or while they were drawing toes, they could have seen anything.
That's what I'm saying. Like
that's crazy.
I don't know how quickly this person did it, but there was a lot of thought that went into it.
Anyways, my child, your judgment.
Oh yeah, it was funny because I asked you, I was like, what do you think that Sierra would think about this? And you're like, oh, she's cool with it. I'm thinking, no, I don't think she'd be cool with it.
So she's cool with it in a controlled environment. Like I wouldn't let Denver. So like for context, my dad owns that bar and it is clean. People might draw toes in the bathroom, but like,
it was a lot.
It's a pretty clean bar. It
was good art. It was good artwork.
Nails was that was a wake up call for me because like shit, like. Maybe I can't
they just
see
had the
everything.
roof done or something recently.
Well, no. You want to know what it was? The other owner had a fucking wedding, and the people that like undid all the stuff at the wedding left it there, like a bunch of jackasses. So that was definitely like out of the ordinary. But it was a wake up call. Like I can be a hippie cool dad, but I also have to be like I have to think about my daughter's safety.
Yeah,
and that was like
shoes.
Me being honest with myself.
Shoes are generally pretty cool.
No, fuck. I think shoes are lame.
I mean, I do like walking around barefoot, like some grounding is definitely good.
Yeah.
Portland
grounds all the time, right?
No, he goes outside without shoes on all the time.
Yeah.
And like if it's in the grass, like that's one thing. It's just like when we were at Tuffy's and I saw you doing that, I was like, I'm not gonna say anything, but
you judged me.
That's grinding my gears.
Really? Yeah, he was upset about it.
Because I'm just thinking like broken glass bottles. I'm thinking throw up. I'm thinking sloppy drunk people.
Can you think of the situation though? Like, look at that ground. You would see broken glass.
I mean, broken glass can be very small. Little teeny tiny shards. I mean, obviously nothing happened, and like I'm being like very semantic here, but it was just like grinding my gears a little bit.
All right,
just to be honest.
All right, well now I know this.
I'm just saying,
you don't just have to worry about Sierra being around. You got to make
most people like shoes. I'm just they're good for your feet for the most part. They protect your feet from
At a
things.
bar,
Fuck
I
shoes.
have to kind of agree with Bear on this one. Bro.
Wow, I'm getting double
Only
teamed.
at a bar, though.
Oh
Hear me
my
out.
gosh.
No. Hear me out. Only
At
because
Tuffy's,
it's
though,
a bar.
Tuffy's is a clean ass
That's
bar.
I've been there when it was super clean. So
And that was a Sunday morning. That I know that they do a deep clean on Saturday nights. That was a clean
he
ass
thought it
floor.
through. He thought it through.
Did
The
you
nail-
clean it?
Huh?
Did you clean it yourself?
Oh, fuck you. I didn't clean it.
No, I didn't think so. You were taking a risk, sir.
Well, that's
calculated
parenthood, right?
risk.
Calculated.
Risk. I don't know what we're calculating this risk for. I don't know what the benefits are. We're walking around barefoot and Tuffy's.
It's
You
just
know
you
what?
gotta calculate, like, hey, if my daughter does step on a nail,
Bro, Sierra would be
We're
so mad at you.
within 15, 20 minutes,
That would
emergency
suck.
room,
That would suck.
It would
Yeah,
suck.
that would suck. No, that's what I'm
Tetanus
saying.
shot.
You know, that was definitely a wake up call. But I think I got a little bit more strict with the shoes after that. I'll admit.
Didn't that just happen on Sunday?
Shut up.
just been really strict for like a day. Yeah, like 2 days I've been
All
super
right,
strict.
but you get what I'm saying. I'm gonna crack down. Anyways, answer your own question. What do you guys like examples that you've seen that you don't want to implement in your daughter that maybe family members do, or ways you were raised that you want to change? If you're comfortable speaking on that.
So I was a nerd growing up, and I never played any. Oh, they're having a great time down there.
I was.
They are.
I couldn't tell they were happy screams, or I'm like, dude, my wife's probably
They're having so much fun.
okay.
Are they
good.
good? I can't tell which one that is.
I don't know, but Cortland he's so freaking cute.
He's
like
so
I walked
cute.
down
We did good
there
with
and
that
he's
one.
just like looking at me, and I was like, we went to the basketball game together, and he's like, it was so cute. Anyway, so my mom played like every single sport that you could ever imagine growing up, right? And I was like, I don't have an athletic bone in my body. So I think something for me that I was raised with was, if I don't have it, I'm not going to do it. Like, if she's not athletic, if she takes after me, that's fine. You're going to be good at something, though, right? Like, figure out what you love, and then you can sit down and we can talk about it, whatever. And I tried sports, though. No, I tried sports, right?
I love you brought this up.
So
This
wait,
is
did you
definitely
feel
an
This
interesting
is
pressure
trying
to
to be
play
such
sports?
a great conversation.
Yes. To
Okay.
a
So you
certain
don't want to
extent.
pressure her to like.
Yeah, because also, just hold on. Because I have an older
He's
brother.
on the edge of his seat.
Oh, he is.
like he's ready to
Yeah,
give me
yeah.
the fucking mic.
So I have an older brother as well, and my brother was always this. Why are you biting me? And my brother was always the sports driven one,
Yeah.
right? Like, he was good at sports, I was good at school. So like, we were great apart, so we were always in the same school together, whatever. And then anytime, like, he had football games and baseball games and whatever, and I had math competitions that I would go to, so like, at least I was in like the Math Honor Society or like National Honor Society, so I was still in clubs, like taking up my time and like doing something to occupy my time rather than playing sports. I was focusing on school.
So hold on. Can I just talk about how passionate Jarrod is about this? When I first met Haley, the first question Jarrod asked me is, "You don't think it's weird to go to like a high school football game, right? Like, you would do that."
I
And I'm like,
remember that.
"Yeah, I would." And Haley's like, "I would never do that." That was the first conversation I had with them, like, together. So this is like Jarrod. This is a big thing for Jarrod.
Because, listen, as you two know, we grew up around sports. Like, that was almost
Yeah.
everything
Yeah.
to us. Like,
Everything. That's all we did.
we would meet at parks to play.
that's it,
to
dude.
play sports.
Yeah.
So for her, it's just like, I was living in Jensen Beach, which is like an hour and a half from Miami. We all know high school football in Miami is pretty good. So
Very
I was
good,
like,
yeah.
hey, I'm gonna drive down there and go see this school, and this school
Yeah.
play. They have this guy. He's this many stars. I'm
Yeah.
gonna go see this.
Yeah,
And
absolutely.
she's just like, yeah, that's weird. Like, why are you gonna watch high school
Why are you
kids?
gonna
I'm
go
like,
watch high schoolers?
I'm like, these guys are going to literally go to college. He's a 5-star. He's going to go to college.
Yeah.
Then he's going to be all right at college, and then he might go to the NFL, and I can say I watched him that whole time.
yeah.
Like, it's just a storyline.
Yeah. She doesn't get it.
She doesn't at all.
I don't care for it is the thing,
But
me
my
too,
thing is-
right? Like,
See, this whole thing, what Haley was talking about, Sella not having to play sports, that's bullshit. Sella's going to have to play sports.
Oh.
Not to actually be good at the sport. She's going to have to play because, can you two explain to Haley the lessons that sports teach you as a human? Like,
Yeah, I mean,
there's like I know,
discipline
hold
and
on.
everything.
I know.
Yeah,
like,
there's
I
discipline.
would
right?
prefer not to
But-
be in the middle of this.
No,
one.
don't be like that. Because
it's
I
not
get
like a heated.
It's not a
like,
heated thing.
No, like we're very open with each other.
It's like
about
I
this.
tell her-
Sierra's on Haley's side on this 110%.
But listen, I tell
Yeah.
her like mathletes, cool. You get the socialism, you get to go talk, you get
Yeah.
to have
But
friends.
that's my competitiveness. Like when it came to academics, I always needed to be on top.
Really?
Yeah.
But
Like I wasn't
there's-
at the top of my class, don't get me wrong. But you know how you always have like your friend groups and everything at
Yeah.
school? Like mine were all the smart kids. And those were the best people that I knew. You know, like
so
and-
you guys had completely different high school
I mean, I
experiences.
knew like
Yeah.
all of the sports people because my brother was a grade above me, right? And he
Yeah.
played baseball, he played football, so I was known as like Brad's little sister. So like, it is what it is. But
That sounds like a good movie. Brad's little
yeah,
sister.
right.
Shut up.
Sounds like a 90s movie or
I
something.
do. I think I have like a nuanced perspective on this because, like, obviously I'm more so like in Jarrod's camp growing up. Like, literally, all I did was play sports from basically like 4th grade to 12th grade. Like that's all I did. Like everything, my whole day, every day is just like revolving around sports.
Yeah,
It's just
100%.
like football practice. If it's not football season, you're working out to get ready for football season. Like you're practicing so that you can be better for football season. That was literally just growing up my whole thing. And then in high school, like, up until like junior year, like, I mean, in my mind, it's funny. It took me till like junior year to realize this, but like in my mind, I was going to try and go play football in college.
We already had a plan. We were going to the NFL.
No, dude, it's funny that it takes you that long to realize, like, oh shit, dude, I'm 5'8", like I'm probably
Dude, I was
not going to
coaching
the
and I had
league.
freshmen that like would like come up to me and be like, "Do you think I can go to the University of Miami?"
I would just be like, no. Like, let's just nip that in the bud.
buddy.
Let's nip that in the bud. I think you could be an excellent mathlete. I'll tell you what.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Like, there's things that, like, as a mathlete or like a spelling bee person, you can study, you can get prepped for it and all this stuff. But like when you're an athlete and you're playing a sport, say Haley, for instance, she was playing, what was it, t-ball or soccer, and you quit in the middle of the fucking shit.
Oh, I played t-ball
Yeah.
when I was a kid, and I walked off the field while my parents weren't at the game.
Oh,
That was my last game.
So that's what I'm saying. Like sports, like the three of us, if you start on a team, I don't
You gotta
care
finish
until
the
the
season.
last game of the season,
Oh,
you're
yeah,
going to be
no.
on that team. And I think that's a lesson like life is going to teach you how to be uncomfortable. Let's be honest, babe. You don't know how to be uncomfortable too well.
No, I don't like being uncomfortable.
Sports teach you how to be uncomfortable. You have to be uncomfortable to do this. So that's why I'm like, I don't care what sport it is, but she's going to play like a sport. That way she can get that, like all those things that I learned from sports that.
which is important to you.
Yeah, and I feel like
Yeah.
you can learn them in a different way in life, but I just feel like those are the most like. We all remember like a workout we had to do, and we were like, "Fuck, this sucks," but we had
Yeah,
to get,
push
we
through
had to muscle through to get that done. There's
Yeah.
like, there's not too many other ways in life you can have to get that before you get to adulthood, and you have to like, damn, I don't want to go to work today, but you got to push through and go to fucking work. And I think sports is the best way for that.
So, like, I feel like I'm kind of in the middle on this because, like, I do want Cooper and Cortland to play sports. I personally don't want them to play football.
Yeah, no.
Like, I really do not want them to play football. Like, I have, like, a rule for football in particular. I'm like, listen, if you're 6'4" or above, like, I'll let you play football. Like, you got to be big. Like, like, I'm just being, because if you're doing the hurting, like, that's good. Like, for me personally, like, obviously I'm not huge. I played on the defensive line. I was hitting, I was playing against people who were way bigger than me for, 4 years, 5 years, 6 years straight. And it takes a toll on you physically. Like, head injuries and physical injuries, I still deal with to this day playing high school football, which I would not change anything. I mean, our senior year of high school football was literally like the most fun I've ever had playing sports. It was fucking magical. We went 11-0. We went to the playoffs.
Haley's like, shut the fuck up.
Literally, she's thinking, there, you don't understand. Zach said that, but she's really thinking that. Like, what the
She's
fuck are they
like, God, I'm
talking
gonna fast forward this part of the
It's-
podcast.
But-
Like, what the fuck does 11-0 mean?
But
11
what?
wins, 0 losses.
Yes,
Get shit
but
Do me dirty like that.
Damn. So
while that was like an amazing experience for me personally, I think the more important aspect of that is to me personally is like the physical challenge. So like
Yeah.
you don't have to play on an organized team if you want to just if you just want to be a runner, if you just like lifting weights, so that like I definitely want to get them into some sort of physical.
Gymnastics.
yeah.
I would love for her to do gymnastics.
Oh, I have a daughter. I'm thinking daughter.
I wouldn't want him to do gymnastics personally. It's really
I think
expensive. First
Cortland
of all,
would kill that beam.
listen, it's really expensive, and it's like, it's Lexi's little sister did gymnastics for a really long time, and she just has some really bad stories about like the coaches.
She did it like really competitive. Right?
Exactly. Yeah. The coaches are like ruthless.
I think you
know?
can do
So
it
it's
more at a
like,
leisurely like.
But
Take
my
them to
point,
the why.
my point here is
Yeah.
like, I personally, like if I could like redo it,
Another ad.
football was I loved football, but then at the end of the day, like it didn't give me as much as if I was, just like a runner, just, loved lifting weights. And I spent more time focusing on school and stuff like that because I mean, my grades weren't horrible. Like I did okay. Like I graduated with like a 3.8 or something, so like my grades weren't horrible. I did okay. I wasn't doing amazing, but like I would once again, I wouldn't change it. But like if I did, I would want to be like more so somebody who's just interested in exercise, who loves, running, lifting weights, but is more so like focused on the academic side of things as well. Because for me, like football was so much fun, but like I didn't really get anything out of it because I just have injuries to this day and I just have good memories. Like that's all I got.
I'm with both you in a sense. I think.
The fuck does that mean?
Hold on, just wait 1 second. Let me explain myself. Just let me explain
both of
myself.
us,
No
it
interruptions. Let me explain myself.
All right. There's definitely gonna be interruptions.
I'm very pro sports, obviously. Like that's been my whole life. I played sports, worked in sports, everything sports. I think it teaches more life lessons than anything I ever learned outside of sports. As far as Haley mentioned a story that she felt pressured at some points in her life to play sports. I don't think you can do that. Yeah. And I'm not trying to tell you how to parent. I don't think you can pressure a kid because they will never truly love. If they don't want to do it, they're never going to just want to do it. Like, I think you have to take the approach of like making it fun. So like, say you want her to play volleyball or softball or basketball, like make her fall in love with it on like her own terms.
Yeah, for sure.
And then like that interest will come. And I think that goes the same for Haley. Like she can't like turn Sella off of it. She'll be like, oh, I don't like basketball. Like we're not going to play basketball. Right. Yeah. And I'm not saying you're going to, I'm just saying like, so like, and then I do agree with Jarrod on the point though, like if she is playing a sport, because there's been sports I've played as a kid, I wanted to quit. Like I hated my coaches. I was like, but to this day, it has made me stick with things a lot more because I learned that lesson. Like there was a time I was in the bathroom, like pitching a fit, like locking the door, like I am not going to practice. I'm done. Mm-hmm. And my parents straight up said, like, you're committed to this season. You're finishing the season. Mm-hmm. And I hated it in that moment. But I will vouch for what Jarrod's saying. Like in the end, that really did teach me a lot of life lessons. Like you can't just pick something up and drop it when you want. Yeah. So I understand that. But I think at the same time, like she has to already want to do this. Like want to love it, have the desire because you can't force her. Like at the end of the day, you can't force her to do something. And that's the same with, the academic side of things. Like obviously you're going to, she's going to do good in school. You're going to like keep her on the right track to do well in school. But like you can't force like, hey, you have to do this club. You have to do this. Oh, yeah. Yeah. So I think you guys will compromise a lot better than you think you will.
See, I think I should have quit at some point playing football because like I'm to this day I have a torn meniscus in my knee and like I just played through it the whole time and I just never got it repaired. That's mostly because I'm deathly afraid of surgery. But no, I mean there's probably times when you should quit actually. when you're injured. I can't tell you
this motherfucker.
I can't tell you how many times I got hurt playing football and I was like, no, I'm gonna keep playing because I'm strong and tough. And I had like a concussion. And I had absolutely no idea where I was.
Okay, well that's different.
See, I think that's different. Like I think it goes back to the thing about what we said, like not that things that from our childhood we don't want to bring into our child's childhood. Mm-hmm. It's like not that my parents didn't have us like make us pay attention to academics, but you've met my dad and like it was always sports. So I think that's why it's a good balance with Haley and I. It's like absolutely. I'll put her onto the sports and like you said, I'm not going to be like, hey, you have to play basketball. You have to play. If she comes to me and she's like, Dad, I want to play fucking pickleball. Okay, baby girl, but if you play, you gotta play.
At this rate, she might want to.
Yeah,
that's the
literally.
Hot thing
you
right
know what I'm saying? But like, if it's anything, any weird sport, whatever she wants to do, but you have to like once you start, you have to keep going.
I agree. Like, it's a commitment. Like,
yeah,
and I've also been on the coaching side of things, and when people quit, it really does like
everything.
Screw up, and then it kind of teaches them that lesson in life. It's like, okay, like if I don't want to do something, I just don't have to do it. Whereas like if you're working, like you can't just like
I know people, bro, right now, we know somebody very close to us that does not like he's always quitting a job, and I'm just like, buddy, like he did not play sports growing up, and I know that for a fact about him. And it's like, had you played sports, you might learn like, damn,
you got to
I
be
don't
committed.
like this, but I got to keep going. I got to keep showing. My manager is looking for me to show up today, and like you said, you've been a coach before. We've been in a job setting before, and somebody not show up for work.
Yeah,
it's hell for the other people.
It screws up the whole process. Exactly. But I think you guys are actually such a beautiful thing in terms of like balancing all this. I think you guys are going to be able to meet in the middle and find that, and I think it'll work out. And also, I think she's going to be a fucking great athlete.
Listen,
I think she's gonna be a great athlete. Like her measurables are off the like she's
prospecting.
Dude. Oh, I've already sent her into some colleges, dude. Like she's already like as big as Denver, if not bigger. Yeah. And she's
running a sub 540 at 12 months.
Exactly.
That's outstanding.
Hey, I would put money against at least one Marine. In an army crawl with my daughter.
Oh yeah, she can army crawl. She's got a mean army crawl.
She has a little. That's not even a bruise. That's like a rug burn.
Yeah,
from
she
her
moves
moving
fast,
so fast.
It's like diabolical.
Yeah, that's a badass kid.
Yeah,
you guys got a good one.
You see regular crawls in kids, right? And then like she can do the regular like hands and knees crawl. She doesn't go as
she
fast.
She prefers the army.
Yeah, so she's like, fuck this, and then she gets down and she just like wiggles. It's the funniest thing ever. But she's fast.
Denver's in a Naruto phase right now. Like she likes to put her arms back and run. She likes to just start. Like, what is going on?
Watch when
she thinks it's hilarious. I know it gets a little scary. I'm not gonna lie.
You guys like anime?
No,
I don't watch anime.
God damn it, dude. When are we going to get a guest on here who watches anime? And she tells me she was a nerd.
Hey,
not that kind of nerd.
Not that kind
She's
of
a Harry Potter nerd. She knows all about Harry Potter.
That's good. That's good.
We had a closet in our...
you think Dobby's not cute?
In our...
no.
He's
our
cute.
Last apartment.
His eyes?
And she saw the door and she was
Dobby. I call him a Dobby. Sorry, we're having like two conversations.
Lord of the Rings. That's not...
No.
Harry Potter, right?
No. The big-eared guy. What's his name?
You talking... Who?
The big-eared guy with the big eyes. Yeah.
Yeah, you're talking about Dobby the elf.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's cute.
Yeah, that's Harry Potter. What were we talking about? Lord of the Rings.
Gollum.
I love Lord of the Rings.
Gollum.
You're thinking of Gollum. He's not cute.
No, Gollum
God,
is
no.
not cute.
They might be related though.
No.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe. I don't fucking know.
I'm just waiting for the day we get an anime nerd on here, though. I'm like, like when you said you were a nerd, I'm like, oh, we're gonna talk about some anime.
That's a podcast.
Let's
I'm
go.
gonna sit out on.
No, you're gonna come and
I'm gonna sit on that one.
We're gonna get you into anime. We're gonna get everybody into anime. It's you guys are missing out. I'm just being honest with you.
Do you watch? Let me ask you this: do you watch the one that's in like Japanese?
Yeah. You watch the
real anime.
You watch the Japanese and you read the
Bear's
subtitles.
A super nerd.
Yeah.
Yes, you have to watch the Japanese and read the subtitles.
That is something I don't like. Subtitles. We're watching TV here, folks. It has volume. Let's just turn the volume all.
Well, I hate when I miss a word and I don't know what they said. I have to rewind it. It's like, what did they just say? Because it's important.
Yeah.
But now, if I have the word to read, I can read it.
Oh no, I'm just not a fan of the reading.
I used to hate subtitles, but now I'm pro.
Now at nighttime, I'm pro subtitles. Kids sleep in.
Yeah, I love subtitles when they're speaking Japanese because I can only pick up so much of what
Can I
they're
hear
saying.
your best Japanese anime impression?
I can give you a little bit of Japanese.
Let's hear it.
Yeah, let's say like a real sentence. Do you have a real sentence?
Yeah, I took 2 years of Japanese, which I forgot most of, but I can still introduce myself. Hajimemashite, Brandon to moshimasu. Dozo yoroshiku onegai shimasu.
That was actually really
so
good.
good, and you
Very
had the
impressive.
accent and everything.
Watashi no kazoku wa 3人です. Haha to imoto to
Oh, was that
watashi
a
desu.
laugh? You're telling a
He said,
joke.
haha.
No, haha is
Oh,
haha is I think that's mom.
What'd you just say?
So I basically just introduced myself. Said nice to meet you. My name is Brandon.
where did mom come and play?
Once again, this is just a phrase that I've had memorized. It was from a class. Basically you're supposed to introduce yourself and talk about yourself. And at the time, the introduction I created was just hello, I'm Brandon. Nice to meet you. My family consists of 3 people. My mom, my sister, and me. That was the.
I bet you slaughtered that though, and all the Japanese listeners.
They're
so mad.
I can see the map of where people are listening, and it's not in Japan.
We don't have any
unfortunately.
Japanese?
No, my Japanese brethren. What are you doing?
Okay, well that's why they're not listening.
What? No, they're my brothers.
You just did it.
Dude, I wish
was borderline
I wish I was Japanese, man. I'm
The
so
way you're speaking, buddy.
dude. I'm so mad that I'm not Japanese. Like, it sucks not being Japanese. Are you kidding me?
All right, wrap this.
They're gonna live longer. They're way cooler than us. They have better stuff. But no, I do. To wrap it up, fuck one, kill one, marry one.
okay.
Amelia Earhart, Helen Keller.
Okay, you can't do that.
Yes, I can. Amelia Earhart, Helen Keller, and then we'll do Nancy Pelosi.
Fair.
I don't know who the last one is.
Nancy Pelosi?
He said bear.
Nancy Pelosi, the Democratic Speaker of the House?
Can you give more? I don't know what she looks like
I don't know
either.
who that is.
Can you give me more of like pop culture? Come on.
So I'll tell you mine.
You can't put Helen Keller.
Yes,
in
I
there.
can. Helen Keller was a pretty lady. She just couldn't see or talk or hear anything. I mean, it's not her fault. She was born that way, guys. What's so funny about that? You guys are. What's wrong with you?
Fair.
You're
Switch it up.
No, dude. Okay, so I'm definitely gonna marry Helen Keller. She's very influential and intelligent. She wrote books and she couldn't even see or speak or hear anything. And Lexi will try and tell you that that's a conspiracy and that people were just like she didn't exist or she wasn't actually blind and deaf. But I think that's blasphemy. I'm marrying Helen Keller because she's intelligent and she's a very pretty lady. I'm definitely gonna kill Amelia Earhart. She killed herself anyways. Like she tried to fly around the world and she died anyway. So it's like, why would I marry her, or I mean, even just bang her? And then I'm definitely banging Nancy Pelosi, even though she's kind of gross. I probably should switch up Amelia Earhart and Nancy Pelosi because Nancy Pelosi's pretty gross. But I'm sticking with my guns here, guys.
My wife doesn't even know who that is.
I don't know who that is.
No, Nancy Pelosi's very nasty.
Can I look her up?
She's an elderly woman. Yeah, she is not a pretty lady. She's a handsome elderly woman. I'll tell you what.
She's not a handsome.
Well, wait, can we get a picture of her from the 70s when she wasn't old and wrinkly? She's also kind of evil. Is anybody in politics? I feel like they're just evil.
She looks like Judge Judy.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, it's pretty bad. But no, I'm sticking with my gums, banging her because she's influential as well.
I'm opting out of this one.
Okay, you don't. Nobody has to answer it. You guys are just sitting here listening to me ramble. Nobody has to answer that.
End the fucking pod. Okay.
Oh wow, that's
I
not
can
too
get
bad.
on board with that
That's
one.
not too bad.
Yeah.
He said,
Okay.
okay,
But
I get on board
once
with
again,
any
my
fucking
reasoning,
podcast.
my reasoning is because Helen Keller is very famous and influential. So her being my wife would just be the hookup, and then banging Nancy Pelosi, she's also very powerful. So
But
maybe
if you kill Nancy,
and bang Amelia. That's probably the right way to go.
you can kill Nancy, get publicity for it, and Amelia will fly your ass away.
I'd also end like her tyranny as well. So I'd probably be a little bit of a hero. But no, I'm not trying to be a hero. I'm trying to build a good family, and I want to put my family in a good position. And
You're gonna have the FBI at the door tomorrow.
banging Amelia Earhart's not going to do anything for me.
All right, wrap it up.
All right, that's it.
Oh shit. We're dead.